Upon the guest speaker. You're live.
We are on.
All right.
We're back.
We're back. All right. Back here with Steve Thaggard from Embrace Home Loans. And you all know me, Steve Vitani with Remax Elite and, host of many shows, Steve Talks 321, On Location, and now How's the Market. So we're at an open house here, one of my newest listings in Viera, right here at 1443 Old Millpond Rd, Viera, Florida, right off of east of I-95 off of Morel Road. So great location. Check out the links online, but you can visit my website, steve321.com or stevesalesviera.com. Yeah, one of those. So real quick, we'll talk about how's the market doing. So we were just having a conversation about this prior to going online live. So the market inventory is growing, which we all knew this was coming. We knew that the inventory was going to slowly but surely start increasing.
Right. And tell everybody the numbers you were just sharing with me.
Yeah.
What was yesterday and what is now.
Yeah. So a few months ago, we had inventory here in Brevard County for and we always look at single family homes because that's usually the best gauge. But single family home inventory was just under 500 a few months ago, and now we're almost at 15 in the entire county. In the entire county of Brevard, so there was not enough, nowhere near enough. And we still have low inventory, don't get me wrong, but we're now approaching 1,500 throughout the whole county.
Good.
So we'll zoom in a little bit more because, we're in Viera right now. So Viera and Suntree, this area has always been one of the central focuses of Brevard, with anywhere from the engineering and the aerospace, families and lifestyles and 55 and up communities, golf course communities. Proximity wise, it's the most central location with the density and the amenities.
Right, in Brevard County, absolutely.
That's right. So with this inventory here, we're about 121 single family homes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So that's getting back to a little bit more like a normal market. Now let's zoom in a little bit more. Of that inventory, up to $500,000, we're looking at only about 21 homes right now, active single-family homes, under 500,000. So the inventory in that category is still pretty low. So 21 in this whole radius of Viera Suntree is pretty low.
Wait a minute. So 21 homes under 500?
Yeah.
We're in a home. I
Yeah.
think it's under 500.
That's right. It's 480,000.
There you go.
So this is one of two homes for sale in this community.
Wow.
There's another one for sale in Crane Creek, which is off of Old Millpond.
Mm-hmm.
That's 524,900. This one is listed at 480. This one has 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, lake view,
Gorgeous.
completely updated inside and out. New paint to a newer roof in 2017. All new windows last year, all new floors luxury vinyl plank throughout. There's not one mixed match floor in this entire home.
You should see the floor.
Yeah. So come by and check this home out. But getting back to the market, inventory is starting to balance a little bit more now where, the first day on the market a few months ago, you'd have anywhere from 5 to 10 offers on most homes in this price point.
Right.
Yeah. So we're hitting the third day, fourth day here. Tomorrow will be day 4 on the market. We've had a few showings. We've got an open house now. This is pretty typical of what the market was pre-COVID, even back into 2019, 2018.
Pre-COVID, that was a while ago. Huh?
Yeah. Of course, here's the interest rate, man, because he knows that it is affecting the market.
Interest rates.
Yeah.
It is. It is affecting the markets, and the jobs report came out Friday. That's put a lot of movement in mortgages again.
Right.
And the anticipation of what Jerome's going to do, Powell, on the 26th, 27th, at the end of the month. We've got to counter inflation, so I get it. It's coming.
Yeah.
I know. I think the biggest effect in my neck of the woods is first-time buyers. Even at that price point you mentioned.
Price point.
What do we do? And we've got some options to help first-time home buyers to get them into a home with a low interest rate, with a payment that they can handle. and get approved for.
Right, and there's still low down payment options, right? 3%.
Very low, 3% for your conventional buyers, your veterans, 0, 3.5.
No, and no loan limits on the veterans loans.
Well, there is loan limits.
I mean, loan limits, right?
I mean, our limit is $2 million.
Right.
Putting 0 down if you're
Right.
qualified. And then.
But there used to be loan limits on veterans loans.
There used to be if you went above the above the Fannie Mae loan.
Above the Fannie Mae, that's
and
right.
you had to put 25% down.
Right.
The difference between. I think the only time that kicks in now on veterans is if, say, a veteran has a house and he wants to rent it out and he has a VA loan.
Eligibility factor.
Eligibility, but he wants to use his VA again.
That's right.
He can do that, and there's a limitation on the entitlement, and we do all that math for him to figure out what he's qualified for.
Well, so this is the guy to call if you're looking for mortgage options, if you're a realtor professional in the business, or you're either a first-time home buyer or a second home buyer, or even an investor that's looking to maybe possibly buy something in Viera or Suntree or anywhere in Brevard. As we know, the rental market is still super hot, and one of my biggest challenges is solving being the solution to a challenge for a home seller right now, which is not, can I sell your home? Can you make good money on your home? It's where do I go? Do I rent and spend a lot more monthly than what my current payment is? Or do I just stay here and enjoy what I have? And that's where, getting creative now with mortgage products is going to really come in handy.
Absolutely.
With the market kind of cooling down a little bit, now maybe there's going to be a little bit more where maybe we could do some sort of cash out or an equity situation to buy another home, get established, then move out, then sell.
Sure.
So there's all kinds of sorts of situations like that. Or maybe it's far enough away where you can purchase it as a second home.
Oh,
and
sure.
Qualify.
Sure. And then and the product thing, we're always on top of coming out with new products. One of the recent things that came out with a little while ago was forecasting how do we combat increasing interest rates? How do we help home buyers?
Right.
For especially primary home buyers. So let's say you're putting 20% down. You're buying a house. You're buying this house at 480, 20% down, and you get your 30-year fixed rate. And if that's too high to qualify or it's too uncomfortable,
right,
we look at other options where you can get that interest rate even below, really lower.
Right. So you bring up a great point, because back in the previous housing market cycle, before the great crash, their builders and companies were offering these buy down programs, where a builder gives you $10,000 plus we'll buy your rate down if you use XYZ company. Now you could still use an incentive to buy the rate down.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because not a lot of people think about that. Here's my thought, and I think really simple. If you're going to put 5% down on a house and build something, or 20% or whatever it is, I believe you were already in it for some sort of down payment and some sort of closing costs. So you knew you were going to spend this little ball of money buying or building this house. With that in mind, you used $10,000.
Right.
Well, what if the builder gave you $10,000 or $8,000? Most people use that to cover costs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you knew you were going to spend the cost anyways, why don't you take that money, someone else's money,
exactly,
buy down the interest rate? Guess what the recovery period is? None. It's somebody else's money.
That's right.
That's a great idea.
So you bring up another great point too, because buying a new home, new construction, in the past year or two, it's been really challenging because they've depleted all of their inventory homes to where there's no move-in ready homes, virtually no move-in ready homes. Most cases you're still waiting for lots to be released. You're still waiting for materials to catch up with the demand from the supply and demand factor. So homes are taking longer to build. With that said, a lot of people have this belief or perception that they just go right to the builder to buy a home and hope that they get picked to buy the home. Yeah. Whereas the builder factors in that they are banking on paying for a real estate professional to represent the buyer, to bring in the buyer. So that costs you nothing. Okay, that part doesn't cost you anything. It can help you in a lot of different ways. I don't want to get into all the details, but I've had several people purchase new homes with me, and I've helped them in many ways throughout the process, navigating through that process. But going back to the mortgage side of things, there's creative ways to be able to, if it's a longer term build process, you have some longer term rate options to
yeah,
lock
protect
in.
the rate.
If
Absolutely.
it's not a construction to perm or a CP loan,
Mhm.
you can lock in longer
Sure.
term out on
Yeah,
that.
and I'll give you an example. So we were talking about veterans a second ago. If a veteran wants to build a house, and let's say it costs $600,000, and he wants to borrow all $600,000, right? Put zero down. He can lock in today's interest rate for up to 12 months.
12 months.
And there is a rate lock fee. Oh my gosh! But guess what? It's 100% refunded at
Refunded.
closing.
Wow.
So it's a fantastic program. Takes the anxiety out of the builder.
Yes.
Because the builder doesn't have to worry about, is the rate going too high? Well, my buyer's not going to qualify while
Right.
we're building the house.
Right.
And for the buyer or the veteran in this case, it's a comfort of, I really don't care where interest rates are going because I'm locked and protected.
You're locked in.
With
That's
a float down too, 30 days away from closing. It's good.
Yeah.
Good program.
And you know, not to try to be the crystal ball of interest rates, but no one really knows where they're going to be at 12 months from now, right? So if 3 months ago, 4 months ago, when rates were still, you know, down in the fours, you know, somebody took advantage of that, and now rates are closer to 6%, right? Correct.
Correct.
So just think about that factor from 4.5 to 6,
Yep.
or from 6 to 7.5. What does that do for
Oh my
qualifying
gosh.
payment? That's a
Huge.
$500,000 loan.
Huge difference, right? Huge difference. We're closing some clients over in Viera. That's where our office is located. We're closing clients in the next few months that locked in back in October and November. And I don't want to tell you how low the rates are, but it's pretty startling in today's market to go, wait, what's their interest rate?
Yeah.
Wow, what an awesome thing the extended rate lock program is. So that's all I got to say.
Excellent. Well, there's a snapshot of what's happening in the market, you know, current, and we'll just have to play this day by day and week by week. And no one can predict the markets and what's happening out there. But we still have a healthy real estate market. It's still balanced. Inventory is still increasing slightly here and there, but there's still buyers out there actively buying homes, and sellers are still selling homes, of course. So hire a great professional that knows the market inside and out, pays attention to detail, that not only advises you on price, but prep with the house. This would be a prime example of this house. This house has, you know, this seller has followed every prep advice to the T,
Gorgeous.
and it shows. And presentation matters, experience matters, who you hire matters more than ever now. So Steve Vitani here with Remax Elite, Stephen Thaggard.
Embrace Home Loans.
Yep. And, you know, you can find us online here, or you can just visit my website. You can get in touch with Steve. Steve, what's your phone number?
My cell phone directly, 407, it's an old number, 407-733-6425. Please call me anytime.
Awesome. And he works pretty much all the time. Even though he's vacationing sometimes, he's still on his laptop. He'll do online pre-approvals over the weekends, you know, evenings, you just name it. You
At
just
the
give him a
beach.
call. At the beach. Yep, I remember those days. But thanks for watching.
Yes.
We're signing off. We're going to get back to the open house here at 1443 Old Millpond. Thanks for watching. How's the market? And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.